Hey guys, I'm back, and here are some of those random ladder games that I promised you. I have not watched any of them, and in some of the cases, like in this one, I don't even know who the players are, so we're just going to have some fun. These are presumably alts. I feel like if these were people's normal names, I would have heard of them, but I don't know who either of these guys are. We have Souffle, something looks like a French word, Souffle Noir, and Next Levels. And it's a fairly highly rated ladder game. That is all I know. No clue who the dudes are, no clue how the game goes. So we have a lead Aerodactyl and a lead Tyranitar, respectively. Interesting that T-Tar gets out of the way. Really weird there. Had the T-Tar simply stayed in and gone for Rock Slide, assuming it even has that, it would have killed the Aerodactyl. And I think lead Aerodactyl in general is pretty janky. And he's got a Zapdos on the team too, which is almost universally a better lead than Aerodactyl. I would say the only reason we're leading Aerodactyl there would be maybe justifiable, as if you have a mag in the back and you're specifically trying to draw out Skarmory. So he attempts to go Thunder Wave, and it gets protected against by Swampert. It looks like just standard sand on the top for levels. Noir here, less clear on what his team is. He's got triple pressure Mons, so this could be some janky pressure stall if it is a non-choice band Aerodactyl, which I hate. Here comes Zapdos, and Swampert is going to become P2. Interesting. P2 is, it has a niche. There's a certain team or two that it's normally on, but paired with Tyranitar and Swampert is not that team. So there's got to be Celebi, Jirachi, that kind of thing in the back somewhere for levels. Speaking of, he just got nailed by a Hidden Power Grass on his Swampert with a critical hit and lost that poke pretty quickly. And Flygon, again, is not what I would have anticipated. So the Porygon 2 makes less and less sense as we go. The whole point is to compensate for a Dougie vulnerable team and kill the Dougie. But Next Level's team doesn't seem Dougie vulnerable at all. Swampert's fine. T-Tar can be EV'd to always live. Flygon obviously doesn't care about it. Here's a Dougie vulnerable Pokemon in Heracross, but realistically, the last poke has to be Dougie vulnerable as well to make the Porygon 2 remotely worth it. And I would still question it, honestly, truly, even if it is last poke, say, Celebi or Jirachi or something like that. And I doubt it's Jirachi, too. He doesn't need the other Rock Resist. He's got the Swampert Flygon combo. Bottom side for Noir, we've got this stallish team. Swords Dance Rock Slide is going to take out Zapdos, so Heracross seems very dangerous, but there is the Dugtrio, which we already know is just going to result in a trade, because Dougie, yes, it will kill Heracross, but it's going to get destroyed by the Porygon 2. So we've got this weird 4E stall team. Aerodactyl seems a little bit out of place here, in my opinion. I definitely don't like leading with it. I think Zapdos or even Coon, or hell, maybe even Fortress if you had to, would be a better lead. And Levels doesn't go to the Porygon to trap the Dugtrio. I don't get that at all. I'm not clear as to what the point is of having the Porygon 2 on your team if you're not going to use it to kill Dugtrio. And Dugtrio here is going to find another kill. Now he decides it's worth it after losing his 100% T-Tar. That just seems ass backwards to me. If you're going to play Porygon 2, the whole point is to beat Dugtrio. And interesting, he's not recover stalling it either. Welcome to ladder, I guess. That just seems like a misplay. I think you want to recover stall it all day, but he sees it differently. He's going to go for the Ice Beam play. He's now going to begin recover stalling it. But if he did it before, Noir would have needed running crits to beat the Porygon 2. Now, doing it this way, Noir actually only needs one critical hit to beat the Porygon 2, which is far more likely than running crits. So I don't like the way that Next Level's played this on either occasion. I think he should have revenge killed the Dugtrio after it killed the Heracross. Losing T-Tar seemed completely unnecessary and preventable. And I don't get why he went for the immediate Ice Beam. He obviously thought it would have been a KO. It wasn't. And now he needs to avoid getting unlucky because he could lose his Porygon 2 here to a crit. Dugtrio with 9 Earthquakes left, according to this. So we'll just speed this up a little bit. This might take a moment. Okay, never mind. He's just going to give up on it and go for the Ice Beam. So Porygon 2 is going to be at 42%. And the follow-up is going to be Blissey, which that also might be a mistake because that's trapped with Arena Trap. So if Porygon 2 has Toxic and Recover, it actually might be able to kill the Bliss here. As it turns out, it is Sing Bliss, and it's going to not sing the Metagross down. Metagross is going to miss. There's definitely been a share of misses and crits and nonsense in this game. And Aromatherapy there from Noir. Sure. Here comes Coon. It's going to come in on the mash. It does not take it all that well, and it's going to be a 28% hit and an attack raise. So he can go for a big Earthquake now. Surf is going to do 34%. He goes mash again, 42%, gets another attack raise, which, I mean, given what's left for Noir, doesn't matter. He would have killed the Aerodactyl anyway, and he beats the crap out of Blissey anyway. There is a Surf. There's a mash. So I guess we're Choice Banded here. I guess he can't switch it up to Earthquake. And obviously Aerodactyl here is going to outspeed him and be able to kill him with Earthquake. Flygon comes in thinking it will be Earthquake. And Noir predicts that, goes for Double Edge, and gets a critical hit. There's definitely been a bunch of nonsense in this game. But here comes the meta, which will live Double Edge and is very, very dangerous here. Will nail something, assuming that it hits. And it does. Hits the Blissey for 75%. Would kill the Blissey here, in fact, with the follow-up, assuming it connects, which it does. Critical hit unnecessary. Attack raise irrelevant. Aerodactyl here is going to have to kill both the Porygon 2 and the Metagross. He just has to decide if Earthquake or Rock Slide is the better play. He decides that it's Earthquake. So Porygon 2 here, there is a chance he can crit him. He can. The P2 could not have Thunder Wave. The Thunderbolt of the Ice Beam could not KO. There's definitely scenarios where Aerodactyl wins here. Thunder Wave would have been the worst case scenario, so there's one thing that Noir doesn't have to worry about. But he's going to have to find a crit, which he does not find here. There is the Recover. The Porygon 2 is once again in range to where a crit would still kill, but he's going to soon be out of range, so he better find it now. Earthquake again. Recover again, and I believe Levels has this game now. He simply needs to attack twice and not get crit. There's Earthquake, and he's going to play uber safe and go for Recover, but the dynamic has not really changed here. It is, I mean, unless he's just going to stall him down to pressure, which is fine. Yeah, he's going to do it this time. He's going to make the more conservative Porygon 2 play this time. Before, he was not so keen on stalling him down to pressure. Now, when it's a one-on-one last poke situation, that's exactly what he's going to do, and this should overwhelmingly mathematically favor Levels. It would require running crits or a greedy non-recover turn for Levels in order for Noir to get out of this. So 8 Earthquakes left. We're just going to go ahead and speed this up. 7 left. Yada yada. 6 left. Like I said, needs running crits at this point, not just one. 5 left. 4 left. Window closing here. Okay, there's a crit, so there is an opportunity here. He would need another crit, and this is going to be one of his last opportunities to do it. So he's down to his last 2 Earthquakes here. He needs running crits right now or the game is over. Doesn't find it, and that is the ball game. No longer winnable for Noir. Earthquake there, I mean, why not? I guess he doesn't want to concede. That's his prerogative, but he's out. He's down to struggle. Crit struggle, actually, 37%, not too bad. I don't understand the Toxic there. I don't know why you don't just Ice Beam, but it is what it is. Overall, this is more or less what I would expect from a high to mid-level ladder game. Noir going into this 1398. Next levels going into this 1442. I think there were some funky, questionable plays in this one. Certainly the Porygon 2, not revenge killing the Dugtrio. I don't like the whole sequence. I don't like how he did not revenge kill the Dugtrio after it killed the Heracross. That seemed awful. And when he finally did get the Porygon 2 in against the Dugtrio, which was locked on Earthquake that time instead of Aerial Ace like it would have been the other way, he did not recover stall it, and he instead did a weird Ice Beam and gave himself the opportunity to get crit BS'd out. So there are some funky things. I don't like the lead Aerodactyl. Couple weird ones in this for sure, but not the best or the worst game I've ever seen in my life. Hopefully one way or another, even though this was obviously not SPL level play, hopefully it was entertaining, and we will see if some of these other games are a little bit better. Stay tuned.